Good morning, student. Today we are going to learn economics. Second chapter in economics, that is terminologies and different concepts. In economics, different terminologies are used. These terminologies are very helpful us to understand the concepts of economic. Now we will start with the first terminology, that is in the chapter 2, fundamental concepts and terminologies. First terminology is price. Price means exchange value of a commodity measured in terms of money. Any commodity which is exchanged and its value is measured in terms of money is considered as price. For example, book costing rupees 20. Though 20 is the price of the book. So price means exchange value of a commodity. Here commodity is book and 20 is the price, which is an exchange value. Now value. Value means worth of one unit of a commodity in terms of another commodity in exchange. Means one commodity is exchanged with another commodity, that is considered as the value. Generally we see that we take value as a price of a commodity, but in economics value is something and price is something different. Both are the different things. Let's take an example. Suppose if I say value of this pen is very high. In this I am not talking about the price of the pen, but I am talking about the value of the pen. That means it is very important pen. That means value. Here value doesn't mean price, but it means it is important. Suppose one says the value of my book is very high, then it doesn't mean that he is talking about the price, he is talking about the importance of that book, that is considered as in value. Now value can be understood from two viewpoints: use value and exchange value. We can understand the value by these two things: use value and exchange value. In this, first is use value. The use value is determined by the usefulness of the commodity to the consumer for various needs. Example, water, food, sunlight have high use values. In this, what we are considering? Use value. Some things which is useful to the consumers, that is considered as the use value. Sunlight is useful, food is useful, water is useful, and these things have very high use value. That's why they are considered in the use values. Then comes the exchange value. When commodity is exchanged with other, then worth of one commodity is measured in terms of another is known as exchange value. It is similar to the value which we have learned in the value meaning. Example, we can take 1 kg of wheat exchange for 1 kg of rice. Here 1 kg of wheat is exchanged with the 1 kg of rice, that is considered as the exchange value. Now exchange value and use value, these both are the different determinants which are useful to understand the value concept. Use value means how much time the thing is useful, how useful the thing is. Suppose sunlight is very useful, so it has high use values. Exchange value, when one commodity is exchanged with the another, it has exchange value. Now let us understand the relation between use value and exchange value. Exchange value is determined by scarcity of resources. If they are scarce in supply compared to the demand, then they have high exchange value. Let's take an example. Diamond and precious metals. Diamond and precious metals have very less use value, but they are limited in supply. So those things, remember the students, those things which are limited in supply have high exchange values compared to the use values. So those things, suppose diamond is very limited in supply, then it has high exchange value, means it is costly. Jewelries, precious metals, expensive cars, these all have high exchange values because they are limited in supply. Then if goods are abundant in supply, means they are unlimited, they have unlimited supply, then they have high use value, but they do not have any exchange value. Let's take an example. Sunlight and air, they are available in high level, that means in abundant quantity. Sunlight and air is available in abundant quantity, that's why they have no exchange value. Means those things which are available in high abundant things, means which are not going to get end, those things have no exchange value, means they are available at free of cost. Now, before going to wealth, let me brief you with things. First of all, we have studied about the price. That means price means commodity which are known in terms of value. Then comes the value. Value means worth of one commodity in terms of another, and it can be understood with two things: use value and exchange value. Now students, we will learn about the third concept, that is wealth. Something which is useful, scarce and capable of exchange can be owned is called wealth. It is useful, scarce and capable of exchange are considered in the wealth. Now its characteristics. Useful. Wealth should be useful to satisfy human wants. Example, house and cars. They are useful. These things. Suppose house, if a person is owning a house, it is useful. That means it has usefulness value. Car, it is useful to the people. That's why it is considered as a characteristics of usefulness of wealth. Scarce. Wealth, supply should be limited compared to the demand. If supply is unlimited like sunlight and air, then it will not have an exchange value, then it won't be considered as a wealth. If supply is more, then it is not a wealth. If its supply is less compared to demand, then only it is considered as wealth. Physical or intellectual existence. Physical things, cars, house are wealth. They are considered as wealth because you can see them, you can touch them, that's why they are wealth. Nowadays, having an idea, if someone is having a good idea and using it to earn is also considered as wealth. Suppose some scientists have a good idea about something and they use this idea to earn money, then that idea become an wealth. Fourth, capable of exchange. Wealth like house, cars, etc. are capable of exchange even in future date. You can exchange them today or even in the future date. Suppose you have purchased a car in 2019, then it is capable of exchange in 2019 itself, and you can sell it in 2020 also. Then it has a exchange value in future date also. Then comes the durability. Wealth should be durable. Durable means it can be last for longer period. Means can be used for long time. Example, TV, fridge, etc. It can be last for longer period of time. That's why its durability is more. So in wealth, what we have learned, something which is useful, scarce and capable of exchange. Something which is useful, scarce and capable of exchange is considered as wealth. Now students, let us understand types of wealth. There are 4 types of wealth: individual wealth, social wealth, national wealth and international wealth. So students, we are going to learn now different types of wealth. There are 4 types of wealth, that is individual, social, international and internal wealth. First of all, individual wealth. Individual wealth, wealth which is owned by individual is called individual wealth. Let's take an example. Suppose a person having house, that is his individual house, car, TV, fridge, AC, jewelry, etc. are considered as an individual wealth. These all are owned by an individual, that's why they are considered as an individual wealth. Then comes the social wealth. Social wealth which is owned by government or society. Social wealth always have a collective use. Example, garden is an individual wealth. You can say temple, it is an social wealth. They are owned by a government or a society and it has a collective use. Suppose garden or a temple are considered as the social wealth. Then third one is national wealth. Wealth which is owned by nation is considered as national wealth. Let's take an example. Dam which is constructed on the river is considered as the national wealth because it is used by the nation to produce electricity. Then fourth one is international wealth. In this we can say wealth which is owned by all nations is considered as international wealth. Example, oceans. Oceans are considered as the international wealth. So there are 4 kinds of wealth. One is individual, second is social wealth, third is national wealth and fourth is international wealth. Individual wealth which is owned by an individual, example house or a car. Social wealth which is owned by a government or a society, and most important, it has collective use, example gardens and temples. National wealth which is owned by a nation is considered as a national wealth, example dam. International wealth which is owned by all nations together are considered as an international wealth, that is oceans. And oceans are used for the traveling purpose for the ship marine resources, that's why it is considered as an oceans. Now students, today we have learned about different terminologies. First is price, second is value, in which two parts, use value and exchange value. Then we have learned about the wealth and its characteristics, then types of wealth, individual wealth, social wealth, national wealth and international wealth. In the next class we are going to learn about the goods and its types. Thank you.